I what you want me to do. You feel me? And he basically he was with me in that moment. And then when I get there, I ain't no teacher. Nobody else is your teacher. It's never that title hindered me for me to study all doctrines. You feel me? Period. But he told me this is the way this is it broke down into two. He said this is God's thought. Like God goes against God goes against everything we stand on. He's not our animal. We can't analyze him. It makes no sense. Let's say you're running over a bridge. You feel me? You can be teaching, explaining this with your voice. And you can start on your mind. Picks up. You feel me? You learn this as a highway. A very busy highway bridge. You start over the bridge. And you just cross yourself over the bridge. You don't jump over the bridge because you're going to analyze it. You're going to think about it. You're going to know that it makes no sense. God's the earth, you're going to die. But the average person is going to look over the bridge anyway. And once you look over the bridge, you're going to see this big bed, this big truck with this long ass bed with a whole bunch of money in it, basically saying, if you're going to land in this bed, this money will be yours. That's God's voice. It goes against everything. But for everything you stand on, that make it make sense. Because if you listen to that thought in your mind, some of the bridge and smart the voice at that moment talking, you would land in a bed of money off of yours. But because you did it and you analyzed it and you thought about it and you did it, you missed your chance to be good for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how many times do we often stop to analyze and think before we move? Most times we don't consult God at all. We just move forward and make our decision, not realizing the long-term ramifications of it.
Making a decision sometimes is analyzing. Making a decision sometimes is analyzing it and making it make sense. As soon as you make something make sense, you feel me, and go against intuition, that gut feeling, those hunches, that you making it make sense. That's not listening to God.
Yeah, that's a knee-jerk decision. That's leaning on your own understanding to me.
Yeah, that's really what I'm doing. That's making something make sense. It's something called the eye doctrine and the heart doctrine. Because the eye doctrine is the flesh. Okay, another terminology for it. The heart doctrine is the spirit. And then the terminology for it is the different teachings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just different religions, different doctrines, different teachings. It's broke down in different ways. So because, like, to me, honestly, God, too, I stand on this. I'm going to stand firm on this. No one's going to ever change my opinion about it. And I believe it wholeheartedly. And for me, I believe that I doubt in my mind that I know God and I've experienced life and I know what would get God to. Because we can't find God because you want to know God. That's out. Because you want to go to church, you pray, you will not find God. God reveals himself to you. Those who hear God only hear God because God chooses for you to hear him. Period. Okay. Do you agree with that? Disagree with that?
Yeah, but I disagree with that a little bit.
It's
I,
in the
I
Bible. It's in the
no, I
Bible.
know, but technically speaking, you have to be seeking God to find Him.
You have to be seeking. It doesn't matter if you're
So
seeking God
you
to find
that
him.
means
If you're
yes,
not
yes, He
living,
has the ultimate decision over everything. But God tells
there's
us
a
that
little
He
bit
is
to it.
within us all. So
If
you
you're
may
not
not,
living righteously,
huh?
you have to be living. You have to be living a certain way for him and for him to see you.
Yes,
Because
if
he's
you're,
always
let's say you're living that way. Let's say you are spiritually moving or trying to make sure that any aspect of your life, there's nothing that you have personally withheld for yourself. That all of that is living according to the principles of God. Let's say you're talking to Him every day. You're trying to be in relationship with Him. You're trying to get to know Him. That is you choosing to be open to, because God says that.
yes, but you could be morally inright. You could be morally unrighteous, and no matter how much you're seeking God and praying to him, Mama, because you're morally unrighteous, he will not reveal himself to you.
Yeah, that's because your heart posture, dear. Your heart posture matters. God judges a man's heart. So
And even if you have hate on your heart, you can be righteous as hell. And you're right, hate in your heart, because hate is the worst thing that you can do to the spirit. But when you have hate in your heart, that's the worst thing you
but
can do to the
I'm
spirit,
saying
period.
that's still God can see. We can't. The human eye can't see that. We might think a person is a complete angel, but their motivation behind everything is greed, power, lust, and control. So they're painting this image, like you said. You can go to church all you want to. You can give to all the charities you want to. You can do all the right things, but if you are not righteous, no, you're not going to hear God. I agree. God is in control to reveal Himself to whomever He wants, but He's already said that only He said only my Father's children will know His word, will hear
Okay,
His
that's
voice.
it. God puts his spirit in those who live according to his word.
Yes, but you still, with our free will, have to choose to live according to the word.
You do, and guess what? Everybody doesn't. And once you choose that, you make that decision. That is when you'll be blessed with the Holy Spirit.
I think it scares people sometimes because
I was blessed because of bloodline and family. Don't know why. Okay, I was spared. I was
I,
especially to my mother.
our
Whatever it
bloodline
is.
is I I
But I
know
know
that
it's
I'm
bloodline.
covered by generations of prayer, people praying for me before I ever existed. I, Granddad, Grandma, thank you, Martha Tyler. They were not the
Mama,
beginning. Yes.
I'm gonna say something to you, okay?
Huh?
Now, this how weird does it sound? What is this? I don't believe in coincidences, but I want to read this to you. Now, that the day that God speaks from my body made me read verse, Bible verse, He made me read another Bible verse. He made me read Psalms 118. I read the whole Psalms 118, Mama.
Okay.
And then the verse that stuck up to me was most. It says, "The stone which the builders refused is becoming a headstone of the corner." Remember a couple of years ago when I said I thought I was in the Bible, Mama?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now it doesn't matter what Bible you grab. This is the beginning of my journey. This is when everything. This is when I got to experience eating. And when I stopped jacking my feet. When I stopped doing drugs. When I thought of the Bible. I started back when it dawned on me I wasn't the only one, and I wasn't that special because the stone was the bit of refusal to become the head on the corner is in all actuality another title for Christ, Mama. I didn't know that though. That phrase, that verse is actually in the Bible a few times in other verses in other books of the Bible. It's another title for Christ, another title for Jesus. I didn't know that at the time. And then this is what I'm looking at. I also didn't know that anyone could be a Christ. I didn't know that yet either. So it messed me up because I was thinking, damn, I'm not special no more. But mama, no matter what Bible you grab, no matter what the Bible is, mama, no matter the NIV, NLV, King's, New King James Version, the old English translation, it doesn't matter. It's going to always say the stone, mama. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's it. It's all now the other it goes headstone, the cornerstone, chief cornerstone, still on the corner. You hear me? That changes on the other Bible. The second stone changes, but the stone never changes. It is always the stone, and the only name that is capitalized in the Bible is God. Every other name is not the beginning of the city is not capitalized. Right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mama, my entire being, this entire being, God isn't moving around. Can't I told you about Everglades. But other than that, Mama, I have been in a corner, in an upper corner room my whole entire bed.
You have been in an upper corner room.
Yes, the entire bed. Every camp, every dorm. I'm in a corner room upstairs. If it's an open bed, top bunk. If
Do
it's
you
not that
did you
corner
ever
room,
come
it's
to
the
the
one right next to
realization
mama.
that you still are special?
Yes, because I know I want to be. Yeah, I feel like that. But after I looked up the day I was born, the time I was born, the day of the week I was born, you feel me? All of that, where I was born at, you feel me? And then it says basically everything that I'm thinking I want to do or think I want to do in life is exactly what it says I'm destined to be anyways.
Many are
And
called
I'm
and the
destined.
chosen are few. And it does tell us that Jesus is going to have an army that comes back with him. And he needs soldiers for that. He needs people for that. That if you think about how many of us really exist.
No, that right there. See how you said the weird stuff right there? What I always said was to be that. I always said was to be a soldier to God, right?
Yeah.
Okay, mama, guess what? Me
Mm-hmm.
being born on the day I was born, the time I was born, the day that I was born, is destined for me to be that. That's what I'm going to be. It says it's written that I'm going to be that already. Everything I want to be in my life is destined that I'm going to be. It's destined to change the world. So the triple negative is crazy. It's there's no such thing as coincidence.
I know that you probably don't remember, but you was in daycare, like not preschool, like daycare, getting in trouble for talking about what color Jesus was and who his parent was, talking about God. Do you know that?
You know,
Yes, I think you was about 3 years old, and we had a talk because of your conversation, and you were adamant, and you wouldn't be quiet. I don't even know how the conversation would come up in that type of setting, but you felt you needed to talk about it, and you wouldn't be quiet and got in trouble. And you were oblivious to the trouble. You still was talking. When they was telling on you, you was telling on them.
Yeah, man. Mama, it's crazy. The stone was a deadly physical, and I'm always an eyeball. I always stand up. I don't act. I'm against all odds. Nothing about me makes sense at all. Um, but like I'm destined. It's destiny. This is written already. It's set in stone, and it's not taken away from the knowledge that I have because I still have to earn it and obtain it. Does that make sense?
Yes,
But
because
I've already been manifesting it my entire life.
yeah, but even everything needs to be prepared for, and everything
Yes,
that you
because
went
I've
through,
been.
whether it was destiny, whether it was by your act, whether it was by the devil, whether it was just a part of God's, about every single thing that you've gone through or went through is going to be used as a tool to cultivate you for wherever God needs you placed at.
Yes, this is my destiny. This is my wilderness. It took Moses 40. I think it's Moses right 40 years, right?
A long time. We prayed for things and we want God to give us the pretty package. That's not how it works. And nothing.
Because no, see this already. Guess what? I know how to pray for things. I'm understanding comprehend manifestation now because of one bad my life and the things I've gone through and things I went through and the lies I spoke into existence. So because now I understand manifestation, I know how to pray. He tells you how to pray because you manifest your own life. We don't understand and comprehend and realize and stand on that. Nothing happens overnight.
And do you under yeah, nothing happens overnight. A lot of people don't realize, but
So
do you
once you
understand
realize
that?
nothing happens overnight, and if you have patience to speak about something and ask for something and pray for it and believe that it's done, you feel me? Guess what?
You'll
As
be fine.
time progresses, the universe is going to manipulate things to happen and to occur and fall in place and line of position for this thing that you asked for to eventually happen somewhere down the line in your life.
See, there you go with them words. I understand when people say the universe what they mean. And I know what you're talking about because I know that you believe in one the true God. But yes, he is going to make it happen, but it is a process. And sometimes God has answered our prayers by
But process has
providing.
nothing to do with it because God has the forces in work, things in nature. Well, principalities, there's negative and positive comes to that.
Yeah,
Spirits,
but I
a
just know that
system.
we because of the
These is
trick
the thought.
of
These is the
saying,
thought. Everything else is manifested. So he can think things into these things, these beings, these entities, into their conscious, and they do and they act.
yeah, but sometimes you miss
That's
that.
God. God is the thought. That's it.
Yeah,
He
but
is he is energy.
our thoughts will
He is,
prevent us from seeing that our prayer has been answered because we perceived that it was going to come in this
that's why we
package.
got our own worst enemy.
Yes, we are.
See what helps, but I don't know the difference between us and well, the difference between us and angels. Right? Angels, was an angel doesn't have free will. Our angels have free will. That's the difference between us and angels. I mean, and that's the similarity between that's the difference between angels, archangels, and angels. You feel me? But and the difference between us and all angels is we can recreate, we can procreate and create. They can't. So that's a question too. That's a weird question. I never thought about asking. Why can't angels create?
They were created to serve.
We were created to praise and assist.
I won't go so far. I don't believe that God makes any mistakes. And it might sound kind of callous. I think God was bored. And
I, I do too. I agree with that. And I also believe that I'm not going to say that the guy was bored. I think he was just like I don't know. I really believe that Anunnaki or the fallen angels created us to be their slaves.
I believe that I feel like they felt we were beneath them and should be. I feel like that we
I
came after
I
them.
believe that everything is just a lie, a far fetched, and you're supposed to look at it another like and there's truth in all things. But everything that we know is a lie. It's just manipulated. It's feel me from people with different perspectives and different storylines. There's something to be told, and then for some of the so for us to still have access and gain to what really is. Does that make? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, but I don't believe that no angels created us. I believe God created us. Because
The
angels
God
can't
gave us
create
the
life.
spark of life that's still in us. That's the spark to create.
So
Yeah.
the devil is the angel. He knows God has everything God knows the devil knows except for one thing. Everything that he can do. People think the devil can't even kill you. Can't even kill you without God's
No.
permission.
Oh, fuck, fuck, like you said, they tell work on my house. That's regret.
Hey, I'm recording you.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm recording this.
Okay, you should have told me.
If I told you, if I told you, you wouldn't talk naturally.
Okay, you threw me.
See, that's why. That's why I didn't tell you that you ain't gonna talk. I was gonna post it to YouTube.
You still gonna post it or did I mess it up?
No, I'm still gonna post it. I already. That was your grandma even got my first sermon. I said, listen, I've been trying to wait to reach perfection to do what God has called me to do, but there's no perfection. I cuss, I get angry. My kids is not perfect. My marriage is not perfect. I'm a human being. So before you try it, I just exposed all my little dirty laundry so that
Okay.
you can't brash me. You can't come after me because they come after everybody. I'm a human being like you are a human being. But if I continue to use an excuse not to do what God has called me to do, I might leave this world
Okay,
without.
but see the way some see human being like real human beings.
Yeah.
Okay, now if everybody can have that mindset, you feel me? Not even have that mindset, you feel me? But just realize that you are perfect because you are what you say you are. You feel me? And you keep that mindset and you just continue to create and to what's up and just prepare and line everything up throughout your life with those type of thoughts. You feel me? Just continuously.
You sound like your father. He gets upset because he believes that you can't be perfect because perfect for God is something different than what we perceive. And
It's not that you can be perfect; it's that you already are perfect. Like common example, nothing is a mistake; it's a lesson.
I'll believe that.
But I definitely could. Okay, if the oldest that we have are the scribe, I'm going everywhere right now. You know what I mean? Trying to fix up what I left out. But say the scribes from the Anunnaki or whatever, that's the oldest. That's the furthest it goes back. You feel me? Okay, going over those scribes, looking at those videos, they say this is what this means. I can't read it or translate it myself. But okay, it's like okay, the cup game. I guess like I'm thinking the cup game. I state something in the cup game. By the time I get back to this, something completely different.
What is a cup game?
The cup, you never play the cup game, okay. I'm not my age.
Can't hear
All
you.
right. Use the cup game. Put the styrofoam in the bottom of the cup and pass it through the cups. You feel me? And then say something at the end of the cup, and it goes through all the right. And by the time it gets back around to you on your other ear,
Oh,
it's not the same message that you said you started.
okay. Yeah.
All right. The same with that. The same thing with the story in the Bible about Adam and Eve.
Well, there's truth in every lie, and the one thing that drove people to believe that the Bible was not adequate is because these stories are the same stories told over repeatedly, but from a different person's point of view. So they didn't see it the
That's
same.
it. But they're told from a different person's point of view, one, and they're told from a perspective on basically throughout life. You feel me? You are going to go through these similar situations, and these are the possible aspects that occur. No matter what you go through in life, you can open up the Bible and there'll be a
Can you hear me?
yeah. No, I didn't hear that you just said if you was talking.
I was quiet because you was quiet.
No, you ain't. I said something, you respond.
Oh, it cut off. It just
You
went
know what I'm
straight.
saying? I gave somebody my comprehension book so he can read it. One of the Hebrew Israelites. I'm mad. I gave it to him, but I'm holding it for 3 days because I wish I could quote certain things out of that book for this conversation.
So the last thing that I had heard you say before we went quiet, that we were talking about how it's different people's point of view. You said different lifestyles, different times. Basically, it's
Just
just different perceptions.
it's
Does
different perspectives. I mean, different stories, but told from a perspective that no matter what you're going through in life, you'll be able to relate at some point in time in your life.
that's why I don't like. I don't like watering down the Bible, but I do like when you simplify it for it's easy for people to understand. But if we do it too much, it ain't no longer applicable to any situation.
Look at either way, that's crazy. Okay, I got thrown off. Okay, now remember what I'm saying. In my opinion, I feel that, and I just got thrown off. I don't know how, but in my opinion, I feel like the easiest way to find God or to have God reveal Himself to you is to follow Taoism or Taoism, whichever you pronounce it. Tao, T-A-O, or Tao, D-A-O. You pronounce it one way and you spell it one way and pronounce it the other. You know what I mean? But um, I believe that for me, just reading through Taoism, the ways of Taoism, Taoism, wherever it is, you feel me, and studying it from my experience in life, you feel me, you know, the Muslim, the Quran, Buddhist, you feel me, Taoism, all of it, you feel me, all the different Hinduism, the Vedas, all the different teachings and doctrines I read. The easiest way, you feel me, that I wish I would have from the very beginning was Taoism. Their way of teaching is so your way of life. You feel me? That teaching is the easiest way to get God to notice you about following their teachings. The Bible is the hardest in my opinion. The Bible and Quran are the hardest. Buddhism is kind of thrown, you feel me? But it still simplifies it. They reveal more. They reveal more of the secrets in Buddhism.
Even if you did find it right away, you wouldn't have been open to it.
If that was my teaching, God would have. Like I wanna have a conversation, or I wanna have a relationship, and build a bond and a vibe with an Oriental person, specifically in Tokyo or Japan, Japanese. Honestly, because they still go by bloodlines, like through generations. Technically, they're doing what you're supposed to do, or go about things the way you're supposed to go. In my belief,
A prophet, a prophet is never respected at home, and neither are teachings, neither are gifts. I don't know if you resented the way that I tried to bring y'all up, or if it was too much. I tried to I try to be in the middle and not so much, because quote unquote preachers' kids or preachers' family. I grew up in a family. Our grandparents, how they were, and it's just very hard to live up to that. But I didn't want to move away from y'all having the word. But you grew up that way, but you didn't. You rejected it, chose your own way, and then found later what you needed and how you wanted to go about it. So
because it's not following what I needed, how I want to do about it, because okay, God judges the heart. I'm happy. So because I've experienced life and went through certain things throughout life, and these moments that I'm going through these things in life, certain moments, everything aligned how I was supposed to align. So I felt a certain way about something. I thought about it. I acted on it. I visioned it. You feel me? I spoke on it. I thought on it. Everything was in alignment. Everything matched. And the heart, I was supposed to. And God seen that, and He revealed more of the truth that was around me. He moved from the build from my third eye and allowed me to see more of the truth that's around me every day.
I'm just saying that you had to take your own journey to get there. I planted the seed, and
Life happened. Life happened.
but
But
it's
it's not that He
supposed to
planted the seed.
happen.
I was true to my heart on certain situations.
Yeah, and if no matter what religion a person is brought up in, they have to take their own journey too.
That's it. Because those, like, I just got told.
It's okay because I gotta get ready to get off because I'm finna pull in to work.
You know, like shit like that. Don't ever tell me again.
You made me tell you because you know how you get when you start talking to side conversations, and I don't want to have to throw the
Yeah,
whole
bro.
video out because even though I say I'm gonna be authentically myself, I'm not gonna be disrespectful and do things that just outlandish. Like that's not happening. I am a human being though. So if you're looking to me, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think I'm perfect. I'm not telling you
No,
I
I
don't
know that. I
sin.
know that. I mean, either you feel me. I love authenticity anyway. You feel me? Because that's what it is. That's why I'm always remember. Because I'm a motherfucking bum. But things like this, I have to prepare. You feel me? So people can grasp and understand. Because I'm not telling you from textbook terminology. I'm telling you from experience. Make sense?
Yeah, and that's what people get.
Like I went through it first, and after I went through it, I later on read a book, and the book explained to me and told me why I was going through what I was going through. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. But it's still necessary once you get that experience to get that textbook experience, and that's where people mess up at. They don't want to get the education. They don't want to learn what's really
It's not
behind
getting
that.
the textbook experience because I have the textbooks. I read the book, and the book explains to me what I was going through. Is being able to
I'm talking about the seek
differentiate.
knowledge. You have to
Yeah,
seek the
that's what I'm talking
knowledge
about. Being
behind
able to
it.
differentiate, speaking on knowledge and experience instead of explaining what you went through, breaking down the textbook. Why? That's my problem.
My
I
problem
can't speak
is
language. It's like being a lawyer, speaking court, going to court, speaking that language. I can't speak that language.
it's so funny because I love that part, that aspect, but when it comes to biblical, the chronological, the names I used to think they weren't important, so I mess up in that, and I know how to do stuff in autopilot. I can't tell you or walk you through how to do something, and that's the problem. That's something I have to scroll back and learn to do. I have to learn the steps are important. I have to learn the names. I have to remember it. The process is important too. I can't just keep it in my head or nobody's gonna get what I got.
I know names are important. Even me, that's why I know bloodlines are important because of prime example. Like in the Bible. And the Bible tells you what everybody's bloodline breakdown, names, forefathers, fathers, fathers, right?
You know, the Bible is like a juicy, bro. If you look at the bloodlines and all the different stories, it's not in chronological order. That's what gets people going. But if it was, bro, it's everything up in there. That's some drama in that book. I gotta go, baby. I love you.
I love you, baby. I love you.
Have
Have
a
a
good
nice
day.
day.